If you're undersized like me, it can be tough to play at a high level. But how does Shane Larkin do it? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you the best Shane Larkin skills for dominating as an undersized guard. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So one thing that makes Shane Larkin so good is that he actually uses his height as an advantage. And he does this by squeezing through tight lanes to the basket. So if you're in a game and you would notice a little gap in the defense, don't be afraid to try to drive it in, because you might be able to actually fit through that gap to either get to the basket, or you can pass it out to an open teammate for them to make a shot. So Shane Larkin comes down the court and crosses between the legs and finishes through the gap. And here he catches the ball and his teammate sets the screen and he squeezes through that tight gap to finish at the basket with the layup. And here he drives and the defense sends a help defender over, but then he squeezes through that tight gap and finishes on his defender at the rim. And another thing that he does well is that he creates separation, which is very important, especially if you're an undersized guard, because if you have a bigger defender on you, they will have a pretty high chance of blocking your shot, or most of the time they'll be looking to block your shot. So one thing that you can do is create separation from them to create enough space to get a shot off to where they won't be able to even get a hand up in time. So here he drives and the defense steps up, but then his teammate sets the screen, and then he gets switched onto a bigger defender. Then he drives, crosses over in the opposite direction, which then creates separation for him, and he knocks down the fadeaway. So he gets the ball, gets switched onto a bigger defender, and dribbles between the legs into a crossover, which then creates enough separation for him to get the shot up, and he makes it on the bigger defender. And he comes down the court and dribbles between the legs twice and creates enough separation to knock down the three-pointer on his defender. Which brings me to my next point, and it is that it's crucial to be a great shooter as an undersized guard, because you won't be able to score at the basket around a bigger defender all the time. So it's important to actually be able to score from anywhere on the court, from the mid-range area and from the three-point line, to really give yourself more of an opportunity to score. And he drives and his teammate comes over for the screen and he pulls up for the three and he makes it. And he goes over the screen and pulls up for three with contact and knocks it down for the and one. And here he's moving without the ball and catches the pass, takes the three-pointer and knocks it down plus the foul. And another thing that Shane Larkin does that you can use to your advantage is your quickness, because most of the time bigger players tend to be slower. So you can use that to your advantage by quickly exploding past your defenders to drive to the basket and score. Or you can use change of pace, which is dribbling from slow to fast, or you can switch it up and dribble from fast to slow. You know, speaking of undersized, twin brother, you are kind of short. What do you mean I'm short? First of all, you're standing up while I'm sitting in a chair, so you're probably going to be taller. No, that doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever. Just accept the fact that I'm taller than you. So you mean to tell me that if I don't stand up right now, we wouldn't be the same height? Okay. No. Sit down. Okay? I mean, we've been through this already, okay? You sit in a nice, comfortable chair. You know, I wouldn't want you to get out of your comfort zone, because, I mean, you've probably been sitting in that chair for who knows how long. So I wouldn't want you to stand up and it hurts your back or something, you know? No. See, what I think it is that you're just making an excuse as to why you're not as tall as you would want to be, and you know the truth is that we're the same height. I gotta go. And also, as a smaller guard, you're going to have to play harder than anybody on your team. And the reason why you need to work harder and play harder than anybody as an undersized guard is because basketball is commonly dominated by tall players. So if you're a smaller guy, you really don't have much room for error, which is why you need to be as skilled of a player as possible to truly dominate as an undersized guard. So make sure you're playing hard on defense and diving for loose balls. And of course, as a guard, make sure you're making plays for your teammates as well. And he runs to pick and roll with his big man, and the big man rolls to the basket for the easy dunk. And here he plays a little bit of help defense by coming over to knock the ball out of the big man's hands as he attempts a spin move. And he drives as the big man cuts to the basket, and he makes the pass, and the big man gets the easy dunk. And now to recap, one way to dominate as an undersized guard is to use your height as an advantage. And you can do this by squeezing through tight lanes to the basket, or you can drive and pass it out to an open teammate and create separation, because the more space that you have between you and your defender, the easier it'll be for you to get your shot up before they can even get a hand up. And it's crucial to be a great shooter as an undersized guard, because you won't be able to score at the basket on a bigger defender all the time. So it's very important to be able to score from anywhere on the court. And another thing that you can use to your advantage is your quickness, because usually bigger defenders are slower, so you can quickly drive by them, or you can even use change of pace, which is dribbling from slow to fast or dribbling from fast to slow. And as an undersized guard, you're going to have to play harder and put in more effort on the court than anybody on your team. So make sure that you're playing with 100% effort and playing hard on defense, diving for loose balls, and also make sure that you're making plays for your teammates as a guard. And with all the tips that I have mentioned in this video, you will have no excuse as to why you cannot play at a high level. And then it won't matter how short you are, because your game will say otherwise. And as an undersized guard, you can not only compete with the big guys, but dominate the court like this.
He's got 10 first half points. It's a single-digit margin again. Larkin on the dazzling dribble.
What will Larkin attempt to do? Will he blow by him with the quickness? Working the dribble, takes it to him, gets by him, goes to the reverse and gets it to go. Shane Larkin coming up huge in crunch time. Looking, feeling for that screen from Price. Price sets it, now rolls down the lane. There's a huge mismatch, both on the perimeter and in the paint. Shane Larkin has lost his handle, got it back, pulled the trigger and buried it. Shane Larkin. Another on the all-time rebound list. 14 and 13. Shane Larkin.
And if you
best respond here now, as Larkin pull up 3-pointers, a big shot attempt, and he nails it. Enormous bucket.